You're doing it right now. And it's hurting your cat every single day. Not with loud screams, not with blood, not with anything you'd notice at first. That's why it's so dangerous. Give me 30 seconds, and I'll show you the silent mistake that 99% of cat owners make, including the ones who genuinely love their cats like family. Imagine this. It's a quiet Tuesday evening. You fill up your cat's water bowl, place it right next to the food dish, exactly where it's always been. Your cat walks over, sniffs the water, and walks away. You think, okay, maybe she's not thirsty. But the next morning, the water level is almost the same. This repeats day after day, week after week. You never suspect a thing, because the bowl is full, clean, and right there. Your cat seems happy, curling up on your lap, purring when you scratch behind her ears. But inside her body, something is slowly, silently going wrong. I need you to pause for a moment and think about where your cat's water bowl sits right now. I'm serious. Picture it. If it's anywhere near the food, or anywhere near the litter box, your cat might be on a path toward a health crisis you won't see coming until it's too late. I'm talking about kidney disease, urinary blockages, painful crystals that can end a cat's life in days. And it all starts with a tiny, ancient instinct you've probably never heard of. Let me take you back thousands of years. Your cat's wild ancestors didn't have stainless steel bowls and filtered tap water. They hunted in dry landscapes, far from lakes and rivers. In that world, water that sat next to a dead animal could be contaminated with bacteria, rotting flesh, or worse. So nature wired their brains with a simple life-saving rule. Never drink water that's too close to your kill. That instinct is still alive inside your fluffy little house panther. When you place the water bowl right beside the food bowl, her deep, primal brain whispers, "Don't trust it." She might take a tiny sip out of desperation. She might lick a few drops from the shower floor or the dripping tap, but she will not drink enough. And because cats already have a naturally low thirst drive, they're designed to get most of their moisture from prey. A diet of dry kibble makes this so much worse. Combine low thirst drive, dry food, and a water bowl placement that triggers avoidance, and you have a recipe for chronic dehydration that goes completely unnoticed. Right now, you might be thinking, but my cat does drink water. I've seen her. Yes, she might. But is she drinking enough to flush her kidneys properly? To keep her urine dilute and healthy? Veterinarians see it every day. A middle-aged cat comes in, a little quieter than usual, maybe losing a bit of weight. The owner says, she's just getting older. But the blood tests tell a different story. Sky-high kidney values, concentrated, sludgy urine, damage that has been building for years, silently, painfully. I've heard vets say the same heartbreaking sentence over and over. If only she had been drinking more water all along. Now here comes the twist, and it's going to change how you see your cat forever. This mistake is not about you being a bad owner. It's the opposite. You fill the bowl, you change the water. You buy the cute ceramic dish with little fish painted on it. You love your cat deeply, and that's precisely why this hits so hard when you realize the truth. The mistake is invisible because it looks like good care. It feels like good care. But your cat's body is speaking a different language, one that you haven't been taught to understand. Let me give you a small, surprising fact that will make this click. In a study observing domestic cats, researchers found that cats drank significantly more water when the water source was placed in a completely different room from their food. Not a meter away, not a corner away, a separate room. The difference was not small. We're talking about a potential doubling of their daily water intake. That tiny change, just moving a bowl to a quiet spot far from the food area, could literally add years to your cat's life. But I want to go deeper, because this isn't just about moving bowls. It's about how your cat sees her world. Cats are both predator and prey animals. Every choice they make is filtered through safety. A water bowl pushed into a corner with walls on 3 sides feels safe. A water bowl in the middle of a busy kitchen, next to a loud refrigerator and a dog's bed, feels like a trap. She's not being fussy. She's being a survivor. And if you don't understand that, you'll label her as difficult, while her kidneys silently scream for hydration. Imagine you wake up tomorrow and decide to try something. You place a second water bowl in your bedroom, far from any food smell, maybe on a low windowsill or a quiet shelf. You also switch from a deep bowl to a wide, shallow dish, so her whiskers don't touch the sides. Whisker fatigue is real. Those sensitive hairs can become overstimulated, making her avoid the bowl entirely. You do these two simple things, and then you watch. Within a day, you might notice her pausing at the new spot, dipping her head, drinking long and slow. You'll hear that soft lapping sound you haven't heard in ages. And in that moment, you won't just be watching a cat drink water. You'll be watching love and understanding finally connect. Here's what I need you to remember. The silent mistake isn't a one-time error. It's a daily pattern that feels so normal, so loving, that you never question it. You put the bowls together because it's tidy. You think she'll eat and drink like we do at a dinner table. But cats don't do dinner tables. They follow whispers from a wild past that still echo in every whisker and every glance. When you honor those whispers, when you separate food and water, you're not just giving her water, you're giving her safety. You're giving her a chance at a longer, pain-free life. So, tonight, before you go to sleep, walk through your home. Look at your cat's setup with fresh eyes. Find that perfect quiet spot away from the food zone. Place a wide, shallow bowl there. Fill it with fresh water, changed every single day. And if you want to go even further, add a pet water fountain. Moving water taps into another primal instinct. Running water is safer, fresher, alive. Many cats who barely touch still water will drink like desert rain when they hear a fountain's hum. It's one of the most powerful hydration hacks you can offer. I'm telling you this not to scare you, but to wake you up. Because the worst feeling in the world isn't knowing you made a mistake. It's knowing you could have prevented something, and you simply didn't know. Now you know. You are now part of the 1% who see the silent mistake and refuse to let it continue. If this hits you deep, if you just realized your cat's water bowl has been sitting in the wrong place all along, I want you to do two things. First, share this with a fellow cat lover who needs to hear it. The silent mistake thrives in silence. Break that silence right now. Send them this video. Second, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. This channel is all about uncovering the hidden truths that can save your pet's life, and I pour my heart into every single story. Your subscription tells me you want more of this, and it makes a real difference. Leave a comment with the phrase, "Water saved," after you make the change. So I know you're part of the movement. Let's protect them together. Now, here's the part that can truly change everything. You've seen the mistake. You understand why it happens, but understanding alone won't add a single extra day to your cat's life unless you act on it tonight. So let me walk you through this final stretch, because this is where love turns into action. Picture your living room, the quiet corner near the bookshelf, or that spot in the bedroom where morning sunlight hits the floor. Walk over there and place a second water bowl. Not a deep one, a wide, shallow dish that lets your cat drink without her whiskers touching the sides. Make sure it's in a completely different room from her food, not a meter away, a different space entirely. Then watch, maybe not instantly, but soon. You'll see her pause. She'll sniff the air, and then she'll lower her head and drink. Long, slow, grateful laps. That simple sound is the sound of her kidneys thanking you. It's the sound of years being added to her life. But I want to push you even further, because if you're going to break the silent mistake, break it beautifully. Add a cat water fountain. Moving water is nature's ancient signal that says, safe, fresh, alive. I've seen cats who refuse still water for years suddenly start drinking like desert rain the moment a fountain hummed into their world. The combination of a separate location, a shallow dish, and a gentle fountain can double or even triple your cat's daily water intake. And every extra sip is a brick in the wall that protects her from kidney failure, from painful urinary crystals, from the silent killer that takes too many cats too soon. You are no longer part of the 99%. The moment you act on what you just learned, you cross over. You become part of the 1% who truly see their cats. Not just as fluffy companions who sit on keyboards and knock things off tables, but as ancient, instinct-driven souls who depend on you to decode a world they cannot explain. Tonight, when your cat curls up beside you, that purr will carry a new meaning. It will carry gratitude. It will carry safety. It will carry the silent understanding that you finally listened. So I need you to do this now. Don't let this feeling fade. Stand up, find that bowl, fill it, and place it far from the food. Then come back here and leave a comment below with the words, "Water saved." Just those 2 words. I read every single one of those comments, and they tell me that this message didn't just pass through your screen. It landed. It changed something. And if you believe that the smallest change can save a life, hit that subscribe button. Tap the bell so you never miss the next story, the next hidden truth, the next quiet revelation that could protect the animals you love. Share this video with someone who adores their cat, because the silent mistake hides in plain sight, and only knowledge can erase it. Together, we're building a community that listens closer, loves smarter, and refuses to let silent suffering win. Thank you for being here. For your cat, today is the first day of a longer, healthier story. And you are the one who wrote that first page.